Hello, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about Courtney and Josh. Alright, so Josh, he's only been out of prison for 10 days. And Courtney started popping off at Josh, saying, are you just going to sit around and play effing video games all day? And she snapped off on him and said, this is pretty much what you did in prison, because I guess he had a tablet in prison and he would just sit in his cell all day playing games on his tablet. And she's like, and you haven't done nothing but sit around and play video games all day, and I'm sick and tired of it. And Josh just pretty much just like acted like, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm bored. And so she got mad and walked out. And she said that Josh actually had been quarantining with her for about 14 days, and he was only able to stay with her for 14 days before he had to go to his cousin's house, I believe, or something like that. And so she's really upset, saying, I had to go to jail, I'm on probation, I had to sacrifice a lot to be with Josh. I feel like Josh can put in a lot more effort besides just playing video games all day, especially since they're only allowed to spend 14 days together. He should be making the most out of it and really, really making her feel special. So I can see where she's coming from, because, he just reminds me of a child sitting around playing video games all day. I know he's trying to keep his mind distracted, and it's better than going out and doing drugs, but at the same time, Courtney's made a lot of sacrifices, so he needs to lift a finger, help her around the house, and just, try to make her happy. And Courtney's also upset because Josh got denied to live with Courtney, so he's about to have to leave to his cousin's house and live with his cousin here in a few days, so she decides to go wedding dress shopping. So even though Josh and Courtney got married while Josh was in prison by a double proxy marriage, so neither one of them were present for the marriage, but two people stood in place for them. And even Courtney admitted this, even though things aren't going great between her and Josh, and he's really not proving himself like he said he was going to, and just spending all day playing video games, she believes that if they get married and have the wedding of their dreams, she thinks that's going to bring everything out of Josh, what she's looking for, and they're going to be happy, and everything's going to be peaches and cream. But, the reality of the situation is having a dream wedding isn't going to make you guys happy. That's not going to be the answer to all your problems, and you need to make sure that Josh can step up as a man and be the man that you deserve before you drop all this money on a dream wedding and a dream wedding dress. I mean, they're already married. I think they should take their time with that before she does all that, because a wedding dress, a dream wedding, that adds up and that gets really expensive. And they really haven't even spent much time getting to know each other since he's got out of prison, and he keeps saying that he's going to step up and be the man that she deserves, and she built this empire for him, yet all he does is play video games all day. If I was her, I would get mad and plug out that video system and go hide it somewhere. So Courtney's wedding dress shopping with her friend. She's telling her friend that she thought things were going to be different. Josh just plays his video game all day long. He's not very affectionate, and he's only had sex with her twice, and she keeps trying to get it out of him, but he keeps telling her that he's too tired, but he plays video games from sun up to sundown. And Courtney spilled the tea to her friend that she doesn't even know if Josh wants to have a wedding, because he flushed his wedding ring down the toilet while he was in prison 1 month before he got out. And she says she has no idea why he did it. They got in a fight. And so she says that she knows relationships are give and take, and she's not going to hold that against Josh, because she doesn't want that to get in the way of their dream wedding. So Courtney, she is on probation for 3 more years, so Josh is going to have to move out in a few days, and they're not going to be able to live together again for another 3 years, at least until Courtney gets off probation. And so she's really worried about that, thinking that the space of them not living together may make them grow apart. And okay, so spoiler alert if you watch my videos and you already know this, Josh was arrested for actually putting his hands on Courtney back in December, and Josh ended up going back to jail and there was a restraining order put in place to where Josh wasn't allowed to come around Courtney. So I'm kind of curious where all that happened. I don't know if maybe he started staying with her again, or if she was visiting him and all this drama went on, but I have no idea if they're still together. But knowing how Courtney likes to bend the rules, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a restraining order put in place and they're still sneaking around seeing each other. So then Courtney was talking to producers, and she opened up more about her days as a prison lieutenant. So she talked about how at prison, it's pretty much a boys club, all the workers there, but she was a female, and they always told her, like, you know, this is a guy's job. And so she said all the prison guards would do shakedowns at the same times every single day, so the prison inmates would be expecting the shakedowns. So Courtney said she liked to shake things up, and she would do unexpected shakedowns at random parts of the day. And she said quite frequently she found just cell phones just laying out on their beds or desk, or drugs, or tattooing equipment. And so she really caught them off guard, and I bet that's probably why she got promoted to prison lieutenant so fast. So one of the prison wards called Courtney out and told her that she was doing too much, and she was pissing off a lot of inmates, always going through their stuff at unexpected times all the time and always writing them up and getting them in trouble. I'm curious, like, she already talked about going through Josh's cell, but I'm curious if she ever wrote Josh up or anything like that, or if she just kind of turned her head for Josh. Because I'm sure she was the bad guy, always writing people up and shaking down cells at unexpected times. Then Josh probably really wasn't much of a fan of her unless she was being lenient when it came to Josh. Besides that, I don't see him, wanting to pursue a relationship with a prison lieutenant who keeps getting him in trouble. But that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Courtney and Josh in the last episode of Love After Lockup in the comments below. Honestly, what I think Courtney and Josh need to do is they need to take one of those love language tests. I don't know if any of you guys have taken them before, but me and my fiance took one. And it was a game changer in our relationship and helped us communicate and understand each other. And there's like 5 different love languages, like affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, and there's a couple other ones too I can't remember at this time. But I really believe Courtney's love languages are affirmations and physical touch, because we've heard her complain about those things, and Josh probably has a completely different love language than Courtney. So I feel like if they took that test and understood that, they would have a way better understanding of how to support each other in their marriage. But that's it for this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you enter my Jeffree Star giveaway. The link is in the description. I'm going to be announcing a winner next week. And thank you guys so much for watching.